Marc, I do want to dive into what's going on specifically with JCPenney, but before we get there, I do want to just get your broader thoughts here about consumer spending and whether you think we are going to see a holiday shopping season that is at least kind of commensurate with what we've had in previous years.
Yeah, I think we absolutely will see a holiday that is commensurate with that. What we're seeing is half of consumers are actually saying they are going to spend more this year. I think what you are going to see is that consumers are much more focused on value than they've ever been before, and we're seeing that in shopping behavior this year.
We've had some earnings reports from folks like Burlington and TJX, which seem to show that trend certainly in place. A lot of folks trading down, and it's not just low-income consumers. You even have higher-income consumers also trading down as well. And I'm wondering whether you've actually seen that in your stores as well.
Yeah, so I think if we step back for a minute and just talk about our consumer. The consumer in our store is, we say our customers America's diverse working families. It's a $75,000 median household income. So if you think of our customer, it's the teachers who are teaching our children, it's the medical workers who are taking care of us and our families. And for that consumer, inflation has definitely been a challenge. And so what we're seeing is the consumer is looking more for value. The consumer is more focused on price. We're seeing more responsiveness to when we're offering promotions and things like that. And, we've been really successful by doing what we're saying we're doing, which is taking inflation out of the holiday for our customers. We've gone back and taken hundreds of items that we had last year, and we're offering the same prices last year or lower. And we have thousands of gift items that are under $15 for our customer.
I'm curious as to how you're pricing this. When you say at those low prices, are those basically, I guess, the full retail price, if you will, meaning that low price, or is that the price you get to after taking into account a discount or coupon?
So I'm talking about the Black Friday price. Okay. And so our Black Friday prices are the lowest prices that we offer.
How are you going to get people, I guess, to buy? Is this about getting them physically into your store locations, or is this going to be much more of an online e-commerce strategy?
I think it's going to be a bit of both, and we've seen success across both online and in store. We launched our Black Friday early. We launched November 3rd through 5th, and we saw great success. We saw a big increase in our store traffic, and we also saw really strong buying online. If you think about the event that we're going into, tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, will be an online day. And Friday, Black Friday morning, is going to be an in-store day. And to really encourage that in-store experience on Black Friday morning, we're going to have events going throughout the day. So we have events starting at 5 a.m., again at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And just to give you a couple examples of what we're going to be doing, some customers will actually get $500 off a $500 purchase. In other words, we'll pay for their entire purchase. And that will be by a snap pack that they receive when they come into our store that will have coupons in it. And at 1 o'clock, we're going to be giving away diamonds. There's a diamond pendant necklace in each one of our stores, and 30,000 diamonds spread across our stores. So that's going to keep the excitement going in store throughout the day.
We have to talk a little bit about the turnaround going on. Of course, JCPenney went into bankruptcy protection a few years ago. You were brought in shortly after that, once Simon Property and Brookfield took it over. I am curious as to how things have gone since. I know you're not required to disclose your numbers publicly, but David Simon has been on the record saying, I think his exact words were something like unbelievably profitable is how things are going here. Can you quantify that for us at all?
Yeah, well, like you said, right, we are private, and so we don't release our earnings quarterly, and we don't share that information. But what I can tell you is this: what we're really focused on is the customer and bringing the customer back to shop at JCPenney and letting them really understand all the things that they can get. And so we launched in September. We launched $1 billion reinvestment in the brand, really remodeling our stores. We relaunched our website. We're improving our supply chain. And we launched a new advertising campaign called Make It Count that's really letting our customers understand how JCPenney can bring them that great value and give them a shopping experience where they don't have to make the trade-offs they have to make in their everyday life.
Well, I am curious. I mean, I've seen that ad, and I've seen some of the collaborations that you have, including the line of clothes kind of based off Abbott Elementary, the fictional television show. And I mean, just given your background at other retailers prior you got there, I mean, I'm sure you have to know that getting folks back to a brand, to a store brand, isn't always just about value. It's also about the cachet, and it's about the ethos, and it's about just kind of people feeling a connection here. JCPenney lost that. I mean, I think we can just say that flat out here. How is it getting it back?
I agree with you. It's all about bringing back relevance to the consumer. And you mentioned some of the collaborations that we're doing, and I talked about our customer, and I said our customer was the teacher who's teaching our kids. Abbott Elementary is spot on for that. We just launched a new line of cookware called Mesa Mia with Jenny Martinez. We've had huge success. It's now one of our biggest cookware brands. So it is about having the brands and the products and the things that are relevant to our consumer to bring them back into the store. And you asked about the transformation and how it's going and some proof points. And what we've seen is, whereas there was a decline in frequency of our customers visiting us for many years, we've now seen that turn over the last year. And we're now seeing an increase in customer frequency. We're seeing an increase in organic search for our brand. We're seeing an increase in Google search, and people are realizing that JCPenney is a brand that can bring them, the amazing products like St. John's flannel shirts that we have for $11.99 for holiday, like our Liz Claiborne brand, like Cooks in Home, that has an incredible value for customers. We're offering $14.99 blenders and a lot of small appliances for Black Friday. And when they see that and put that together, they realize that it is a place for them.